Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today we're gonna check out the latest DJI release, the DJI Flip, a entry-level sub 250 grams ducted drone. And in this video we're gonna check out the specs, see how it flies and records, and at the end I'm gonna tell you why I'm not entirely sold on this drone. Let's go! Let's talk about specs. These are the dimensions of the drone, and for reference this is a DJI Mini and the Flip is big almost as two DJI Minis side to side, and the thickness is the same. They are very similar unfolded, but the Mini has bigger propellers. Despite the super peculiar design and being made of very lightweight plastic, it feels surprisingly sturdy, especially when you try to compress the ducts. They are incredibly stiff. Probably it's also because it has these carbon fiber spokes that look like a bicycle wheel. Still, I feel if you crash hard enough it will break very easily, especially on these joints on the bottom. So try not to crash with it or activate DJI Care. This drone is super safe with the propellers completely encased in the ducts, but you lose a little bit of the flight performance compared to, for example, the Mini line. It's gonna fly maximum around 30 minutes. The maximum speed is 43 kilometers per hour in sport, so it's lower. Surprisingly, it has wind resistance level 5, which is the same as all of the other drones from DJI. But as soon as there is a little bit of wind, it's gonna start wobbling and jumping and ruining your shots, so it's not recommended to fly in wind. This is the lithium-ion battery 2S 3110 milliamps. It slots in like this. It has these clasps to remove it. You got a USB-C for charging, micro SD card. Finally, they remembered to put one in their drones. A button to control the selfie mode, and on the other side, the power button. It has a gimbal and sensor cover, and not only that, but also a rubber sleeve to further protect the gimbal. Nice! Two things to lose at the price of one. The camera is the same as the Mini 3 and 4 line. It's a 24mm equivalent. The sensor is 1/1.3 inches and 48 megapixel. So at this scale, it's a good sensor. There is a lot of light coming into it. If you notice, the DJI Flip Mini 3, Mini 3 Pro or Mini 4 Pro all have different video specs, and that's because they have different image processing units and software. The gimbal of the DJI Flip doesn't rotate 90 degrees for vertical shooting, and that's a bummer. The drones in the Mini 3 and 4 lineup have this feature, and it's amazing if you have to shoot social media content. This gimbal can shoot top down at -90, but is limited up. Shoots up to maximum 35 degrees, compared to the Mini line that can go up to 60 degrees. Can record videos up to 4K 100 FPS, which is very good for an entry-level drone. Vertical, it crops and it's 2.7K up to 100 frames per second, and also you have normal color profile or D-Log M, which again on a $400 drone is really nice. Photos can be up to 48 megapixel JPEG or RAW. On the bottom you have your usual sensors for altitude and position hold. And in the front you have an array of infrared time of flight sensors that allow this drone to avoid obstacles on the front even if it's night. It's very reminiscent of the DJI Spark, if you remember it, in 2017. On the bottom you have some LEDs indicating what mode of the selfie drone mode you have activated, and also you have speakers at the back. There are two ways of flying this drone, either in classic drone mode with a controller, or without controller. This can be a selfie drone. There is no FPV mode yet, and probably if there ever will, it will be crappy. It will be just like all of the other Mini lineup. To fly it like a regular drone, you need a controller, either the DJI RC N3, DJI RC2, the one with the screen and the antennas, or you can use the DJI Fly app on your phone to connect directly to the drone via Wi-Fi. But be warned that the touchscreen controls are a little bit flimsy, and the Wi-Fi control is gonna be good for up to 50 meters probably, then it's gonna drop out. So I don't recommend flying manually with the phone. Let's quickly fly with the controller so I can tell you how it feels. When you take off, keep your fingers away from the propellers because still they can nick your fingertips. The sound it makes is not great. It's a little bit noisy compared to the Mini line. It doesn't fly great, let me tell you that. It's not the most precise drone ever. Let's put it in sport mode. And I am recording video in normal mode, normal color mode now, 4K 30. It's basically a Mini 3 Pro. This is an example of the photo it takes. You also have different photo modes, including panorama and 360 degrees photos. Let's put it into D-Log M, and as you can see, now it's in log, but you have the color display assist, so the display applies a lot and you still see the good colors. Now I am flying back in sport mode, and you may notice that it's going quite slow for sport mode. Let's try flying in 9x16, and as you can see, it gains a little bit of vertical frame using the 4/3 sensor. So it's not super bad, but the rotating camera of the mini lineup is a little bit better in my opinion. Yeah, I have to say the vertical mode, it's not too bad even if it's cropping the sensor. 2.7K is plenty enough for social media, so there is not too much missing. You also have access to the master shots, where the drone takes a bunch of videos and then merges them together to create a cinematic edit. You have the quick shots, which are mostly the same as with the selfie drone mode. Here you just have a couple more, like the asteroid and the boomerang, and the helix, which I don't believe are on the selfie mode. And with the controller you can also select waypoints, shoot hyperlapses, and shoot slow motion videos up to 4K 100, as I was telling you before. Just be very careful with the automated modes, because the drone doesn't have sensors on the sides and on the back, so if you are orbiting or if you are going backwards, the drone can crash super easily. And the same applies for the selfie drone modes, which you're gonna see right now. You cycle modes quickly pressing this button at the side, and to activate one, just long press it and it works. Let's start with the follow.
Medium. Follow.
To change the settings, you need your phone. And now the drone is following me, and following is pretty fine. I have a microphone. You can also connect a microphone, a Bluetooth microphone, to your phone, or use your phone itself to isolate the drone noise. But I have the DJI mic, I'm gonna do it in post anyways. You cannot directly connect the microphone to the drone. That would have been super nice. But basically, until you are talking and walking backwards, or if you like a GTA style shot of you walking and the shot at your back, the drone is gonna follow fine, I believe, because it has the sensor in the front, so it should avoid obstacles. I hope, because I want to return this drone, but let's see if we can avoid these three I have. Yes, you see, it stopped. Kind of stops. But it's still tracking me. No. So, trees are a no-go. Don't fly in between trees. Next mode is the drone. And basically the drone goes backwards. And if there is something in the middle, it's gonna crash against it. So be really careful about it. Next mode is the circle. I don't know if I have space right here. I'm gonna turn the camera and go where I have space. As soon as it starts, it tells you the radius. So it's 2 meters. Just quickly look around, check that there are no obstacles, and then you can fly, and it takes panoramic shots around you. Next mode is the rocket. The drone shoots up into the sky.
Spotlight.
Then we have spotlight mode. It takes a video, it works like a tripod, but it follows you if you move. Put your hand on the bottom and it lands. And lastly, we have the most dangerous mode of them all.
Direction track.
The direction track. The drone follows you in the direction you launch it at. So if it's on the side, it will track you at the side, and if it's in front, it's gonna go backwards. This has a high probability of crashing your drone if there is something in the middle, so watch out.
Unable to take off. Finish tutorial in DJI Fly First.
Yeah, it doesn't even let you do it before you finish the tutorial, because it's dangerous. This is the interface on the phone. We need it to unlock the direction track. You need to watch a couple of safety features. And with the phone you can fine-tune the settings as well, so you can select what resolution you want the photos up, if you want the videos in vertical or in 16:9. Also you can select D-Log M, which is very nice. And yes, finally the drone is working, but be super careful with this, because I have obstacles. I don't want the drone crashing against them. So, oh my god, please, don't crash. And we can recover the drone. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my finger. I don't feel safe at all using direction track. If you are in an open field, it's fine, but if you have obstacles at the sides, don't use it, because I have seen this kind of drones crash so many times because they just wobble left and right while you are going straight. Time for my final opinion on the DJI Flip. This drone on its own is fine, but when I start comparing it with the other drones in the DJI lineup, I really don't feel like recommending this one. It's a weird mixture between a selfie drone like the Neo and a regular DJI Mini kind of drone, but you get a lot of negatives and a few of the positives. Basically, it's a foldable Neo with a good camera, and for double the price, and that's all. I feel like this DJI Flip is not a really good selfie drone, and it's not a really good regular drone either. Because if you want a selfie drone, I feel like we are not there yet. A good selfie drone needs sensors at the back, at the sides. So when you fly, and when especially you fly in front of you, I don't want the drone following me and recording my back. I want to walk forward and the drone to fly backwards, so I can talk to it, I can record it, I can see my face, and I don't want to worry about obstacles and the drone drifting against them. And so far there has not been a good selfie drone yet, and I've tried all of them. The Hover, the DJI Neo. If you need something like that, maybe get a DJI Neo. It's very inexpensive, you can find it used for 150 bucks. If it crashes, who cares? This, if it crashes, is gonna be destroyed. And DJI demonstrated that the technology is possible because it added 360 sensors to the DJI Mini 4 Pro. That drone can avoid obstacles at the back and at the sides. Probably adding those would have cost a little bit more, but then it would have been a very good selfie drone, and I could recommend it. And DJI has learned a little bit of the Apple marketing strategy, which is not the best for the consumers because they're gonna sell twice. Once this year, a lot of people are gonna buy this new drone, and once next year when they put out the upgraded version of it. They are not upgrading the one that's coming out, they are just holding back on the one that's currently out. And that's why I tell you to not buy this one and to wait. If on the other hand you're looking for a regular drone, I feel like something from the Mini lineup will be much more value. The Mini 3 is less expensive, the Mini 3 Pro is around the same price. If you find it used, maybe it's cheaper. The Mini 4 Pro is more expensive, but it has the 360 obstacle avoidance. I feel like with this form factor you're getting too many disadvantages comparing, for example, to a cheaper DJI Mini 3. A Mini 3 is gonna fly longer, probably 8-10 minutes longer, be much more silent. It still has all of the quick flights modes, you just cannot activate them with a button. So if you need a selfie drone, that drone can follow you, just need to pop your radio out. It's not that big of a drawback. It's gonna be much smaller in your backpack and fly much better in the wind, ruining less of your shots, because this one works a little bit like a kite in the wind. On the cheaper Mini 3 you get the same camera, the same photo ability. Videos, they are limited to 4K 30 because it's an older processor, or 2.7K 60, but the camera rotates, so if you need to take vertical video, you have 4K 30 vertical video, while the Flip doesn't. Maybe a good advantage of the DJI Flip is that it's ducted at sub 250 grams, so maybe you are flying over people, over a concert, this you know is not gonna really hurt anyone. If you don't care about sub 250 though, they sell propeller guards kits for the Mini 3 lineup, so you can still be safe with one of these drones. Otherwise, if you're mostly flying in the open, I feel like ducks are a big downgrade because the drone is gonna fly worse, slower, etc. I would prefer an open propeller drone that you can put a propeller guard when needed. And that's why I don't feel like recommending the DJI Flip unless you have a specific use case. If you're interested in an entry-level drone, get a cheaper DJI Mini 3 or a used Mini 3 Pro, which is gonna be around the same price, and you're gonna get a lot more value for your money. If you really need a selfie drone, get the DJI Neo, get maybe even a Hover, even if they still are catching up with the firmwares. Or maybe wait for the upcoming DJI Mini 5 Pro. It's probably gonna have the button to activate the selfie modes without pulling up the radio, but it's gonna have the sensors to avoid the obstacles, so it's gonna be so much better. And it's coming out probably in a few months, so I will wait for that. It's gonna be more expensive though. And that's all for today. I don't wanna sound like a hater because actually I like DJI products. I use them basically every day. But I also like technology, so I want to see stuff being pushed to their bleeding edge, and I feel like DJI has gotten so big that they are holding back on purpose to boost their sales, to release a new product every year. I feel like this with sensor could have been good for a couple of years. Instead, probably this is another drone that's gonna come out every year, just like every other company is doing, Apple, Samsung, and they just add a little bit every time, and it's disappointing when I see that. So in my little channel I'm trying to best to give you honest review, educate the consumer, and try and counter these anti-consumer habits that companies have developed over the last years. And as always, remember to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about the DJI Flip and my thoughts on it. If you wanna buy something, check out the links in the description below. Many times you will find a discount as well, and clicking on them, you help my channel a lot. Stay safe and happy flying. Bye!